Hey Stampers, Gaynor again. I've got something a little bit different today. I've made a little 4x4 mini album. It's so sweet, and believe it or not, the cardboard is off the back of a packet of DSP, that's all. In fact, here it is, all chopped up into pieces. And you can roughly get 3 albums, and maybe if you had another 4x4 piece, you could get 4 albums from one sheet of 12x12 and one piece of 4x4. So it's just a little one. I've used my little Disney papers. I've got a little tuck spot there which you can put photos on either side. You've got space here. I put embellishments on, but you don't have to. Another one, photo mats either side. And there's 6 pages in this little book, believe it or not. So that would do, you would have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. You'd have about 28 photographs in these. And if you wanted to, you could add more tuck spots on the backs of these. So I've just put little jewels on her head. This is all my Mickey Mouse papers. I bought these to do a swap with the lovely pocket letter swap with the lovely Effie Ann cards, and I sent a third of this packet. There was like 120 sheets. So, but yeah, they're all the same size, and they all pull out, and they've all got a little tuck spot. Or you can use them for journaling on. It's entirely up to you. So yeah, I've done the cards and the spots with the coordinating colours. Pink with the pink, black with the black, red with the red, pink with the pink, blue with the blue, and red with the red. On this one, I'm using all sorts of colours, and I'm using everything that's in my scraps bin. So if I've cut a piece of cardstock in half, it goes in here. I'll show you now. I got my little, this is my scraps bin for coloured cardstock. So if I cut a sheet up, and I only need a small piece, I always cut a card front. So I've got a card base. I've got some top folding ones. I've got my normal ones. So I've used everything out of here to do this next album. I did see this on, I don't know if she was German, Holland or Austrian. I couldn't understand, no video, just instructions. I think it was on, oh, what's it called? Instagram. But, like I say, all in centimetres. So I've gone away and done my own. She had a different centrepiece. I couldn't work it out because the way she did it, I just could not figure it out for love nor money. But if you wanted, you could add another one. You could add another 4 pages on here because of the spine. I've still got near enough 3/4 of an inch either side. So if you wanted to carry on adding pages, you could go all the way to the outer spine and get even more in there. But I just thought how cute to give that somebody as a little gift. And I've put little gems on all of the bows. I don't really have much Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse stuff unless I wanted to cut these out again. So yeah, they're just so cute, aren't they? I love the papers. So darn cute. So let's show you how I made it. It's so simple. Like I say, this is literally off the back of my DSP. You need 2 pieces at 4x4 and 1 piece at 2x4. Then you will need to cover them in tape, which I've already done. Oh, my back is killing. And then I'm using the Anaimal outings, and this is going to be the outer cover. I've gone and scored, only for a reference, so I can stick these down and make sure they're level. So I'm going to burnish that score line just a wee. It's going to be folded anyway, so it's just as a guide, 1 inch either side, and this is 6x12. You could do it 6x, well no, you have to be 6x12 because you want 1 inch either side. So I've scored just 1 inch both sides at 1 and 5. Like I say, it's just a guide for me to get these papers in straight. So I'm going to pop that there. So I want to add this in the centre. So this is going to go in between 5 and 7, and I'm going to add that right down the centre. So I'm going to pull off these pieces. But it's mad what you can use cereal boxes, and if you want them thicker, just add 2 together, glue them together, and then you've got an even stronger box. Or you can use the thick cardboard that comes with your Stampin' Up orders. It normally comes with glimmer papers and stuff like that. So that's between 5 and 7, and I'm just resting it on that score line. And there. So that first piece is in, and you literally only need that much of a gap, believe it or not, in between. So you could even hold, I'll tell you what, I've got these 2 pieces here. You literally can just hold that up against there, take off this your tape then, and then just put that there. That's all you need, literally that much of a gap. So let me strip the backing tape off. Plus I'm using up my card and DSP stock before June. You never know if it's going to carry on, or mind you, most of the DSP never does. So I'm using mine up. The only 2 pieces I've used out of a full sheet is this one and the next one. The rest is all from my little 6x6 pack that I always cut down. So this is using mostly all scraps. So grab your cardboard, hold that up close, and then you can put this up. Make sure you're on that score line, and that's it. And you've got that nice little gap. Oh, it's down a little fraction. Whoa, Gaynor, that one's right out of sync. Don't do as I do, do as I say. So let's get rid of these tape bits. I was right on the line, but I'm over it a touch. So on this piece, you want to keep it bang on. That's my problem, I can't line things up very well. So again, put your cardboard in. And I'm making sure that my cardboard is up close to that side, so I don't even have to line that up too well. Just stick that down. See, that is perfect, that one. That one's up just a fraction, do you see it? And I can't even take it off now, it's well and truly stuck down. Let's get rid of those papers. Get rid of those cards. Now, easiest corners in the world. Just fold them up to the point, and you'll see you've got a line there. So what you want to do when you've folded, just scrub those sides in as well. So just pull them up. I'll tell you what, it's even better. Just fold your card over first. Get your creases in. Top and bottom. Just fold. And then open it back up and go along the bottom. And score. See, this is where my paper is out just a fraction now. And if you score those in, you'll have lines like that now. You'll have your squares on the corners. And then just basically pull them up, line them up on your score lines along these edges. Give them a scrub and pull out. And you will get the perfect corners. And while we're at it, we can glue it at the same time. So So just where that triangle shape is now, you just want to glue all the way across there. Then fold that back over and just push with your bone folder right up close to that edge, and this side too, and then scrape outwards. That way you're spreading the glue and getting rid of any air bubbles. And then when we come to fold, that'll give you, well, it should do, if you don't bend the corner over, it should give you really decent corners. But what the trouble is, if you pull this over too much, you can curl your corner up, so try not to. Just get your lines, and then we can come in and glue along these edges. I've chose 6 pages. I think that lady only had 5 as well in hers because of the way she'd done her spine was totally different than mine. But I can't even pronounce the lady's name. Oh, and I can't even go offline now because I've got my camera on and have a look, because I have my screen as my monitor while I'm filming. So I can, when I look at the TV, I can just see what you're seeing. So push them over, lay that flat and give that, and you've got lovely neat tuck-ins there as well. So repeat this process. Just line that up perfectly. Get your creases ready, pull back and then glue them down. But you can use any papers you want, any DSP. You could make this for an adult, make it for a child even, like this, or just give it to an adult who likes critters. That's, loads of people do, I know they do. But you'll get some really nice corners this way. I know I can't do that scooping up bit, you know what, oh, I can't do that. So this is, for me, is the far easiest way for me to do corners ever. But if you can do them the other way, where you snip it off and then tuck those, I can't do that. This is the easiest way for me. So, and gluing it, you're reinforcing that all the time. So I bend that over just to get the shape. And then you're going to pour glue right along that crease line, up to your edges, and then just give that a good burnish. Get your air bubbles out. So I've got decent, when I come out, I've got decent corners, look. But that one's got a bit bent, but look at that one, perfect. I've tucked that one in a little bit too far. So before we glue these sides in, just manipulate your bone folder now and just lift them up halfway, and the same on this side, just to help that paper. Whoops. So we're going to have that shape. You don't really need that to fall over the other side and flap, because otherwise it will crack your paper. Look at that, nicely wrapped around there now. Beautiful. So now we can glue these down. Just add your glue. Try and get as close to the edge, because it doesn't matter if it leaks over, because we'll be putting more paper on the inside. And this piece, I did say, wasn't I? It is 12 by 6. And then when we give this a lift, and then we can squash this down. So making sure you've gouged into the corners. You want to cause that paper to get stuck in there into that groove, and that way as well, and then just carry on pushing your cardstock out. Look at that, lovely. There's no cracks or bumps. Got a little bit of glue needed there. Just give that a rub down. Just check your sides. Beautiful. Just again keep reinforcing and then bending these up. Look how it wants to curl, but when we do that now with the glue, it should. Just make sure you glue right up to the edges like I didn't on the last one. And you can use tear tape, you can use a bit of both glue and tear tape. Whatever glue you find is the best for you. I'm using the Cosmic Shimmer because it gives me a little bit of a wiggle space, whereas my beautiful art glitter glue just grabs everything so quickly. I'm just cleaning off that. So again, rub this and this side together and then squash this in the centre down first, and then you can work to the outsides. Nice little bit of glue poking out there like that because this is going to get covered. And again, this one, we can lift this up and we can push that down there. Again, don't forget to go in there. It's mad what you can do with a bit of cardboard, paper and some embellishments. Isn't that cute? So there is our outer frame all done and ready to go. The next piece you'll need is a piece of DSP which is cut at, it doesn't matter which way round you have this either. If this is 9 3/4 by 3 3/4, and that will fit in there just beautiful. And again, when we're folding this up, we'll push that in and the glue to glue it down. So more glue, try and keep it in the corners as well. Flick out like I do. Oh, you know you're catching the corners. I mean, you could do this in stages if you want, but I don't see the point. You might as well do it all in one. I'm going to add a bit of glue just down there. Don't have to, but I am. And then we're going to lay this nice little border all the way around. When you get to this section, lift that up, taking your bone folder and push it in. Let's just get that piece done first, and then you can lift that up, scrape that down, and again this side, come in with your bone folder, and then you can lay that down, and then just scrape that way. A little bit of a gap, extra gap there than there, but you can just level that out. It is the inside of a book, but go in and rub like mad. Get all the air out, because you want these to last. And they're so cute. And if you want, you could add a big binder there and have it on a key ring. You could do smaller ones even. Keep it in your handbag. So it's nice. Right there, I've got a little bit of glue that needs going under there. Give that a burnish. Just check that there's no air bubbles coming out. That one wants to come out for some reason. Perfect. Just give that a flatten now. Just can't keep rubbing that spot because it wants to come out. But there we go, and stiffen that right up now. It's beautiful. So I'm just going to show you. These are the pieces for the spine. Tiny, yes, I know. Fetch up your scoreboard. The first one, easy. This is 1 1/4, and you're going to score this at half. Turn it round and score it at half, and that'll leave you 1/4 inches in the centre. Or just go over to that. Oops, see. Oh, I'm missing it now. I had it right the first time. Just give that a burnish. And what we're going to do is grab your scissors, and that's your track for it to sit in the centre, and that's where we're going to glue that down. So just miter in just a little bit, and then when you come to add your pages, it will help so much, I tell you. So there's the first one. Second one is 1 1/2, so you want to score this at half and 1, and again do the same. Oops, fold and burnish. Like I say, if you want extras, you can always add an extra layer, depending on how many pages you want in your book. That will sit in there. Oops. That 1/4 inch will sit in there with a tiny little gap either side. And then the last one is 1 3/4, and you want to score this at 1 and 1 1/2. Again, fold and burnish your score lines. What that is. And I'm using 300 GSM cardstock here because it's really sturdy, and you're going to be opening and closing pages. Just give those the slightest miter. There we go. And then they're going to be our spine pieces. So what we're going to do now, we're going to add score tape. I have got some 1/2 inch one here for this one. And this block will help pull out any air bubbles and also allow me to take that off. It'll work on the first two because they're 1/2 inch gaps. Oops. Give that a good bit of air bubbles out. Perfect. And then this one, I'm going to use my Zhuang. Love this tape. All of these tapes are really strong, but I love this one the best. It's so simple. So let's get the air bubbles out of that one. We are going to be adding more tape in a moment. So just turn that over, fold that in, and then line that up in the centre. And try and line it up on in the centre on that side as well, and give that a good press. And you can burnish both ways with these. And then we're going to peel back the backing off this one, and we're going to add that in the centre of that one. They're all cut to the same length, so they're all 3 3/4, and the first one is 1 1/4, 1 1/2, and 1 3/4. And if you wanted another layer, so you could get 8 pages, then oops, let me just make sure that is in the centre. That's better. And I'll do the next one at 2 and score at 1 and 2 inches. So I'd score at 1 inch either end and leave a 1 inch gap. So now we're going to add tape to both sides of all 3 of these and to these as well. So I use my really good tape, and you want to put it down by the score line, and that will come in handy when we go to add our pages later. And don't forget to add them on this inside as well, because our pages are going to be folded and then slot down and then glued either side. Just push these down out the way. Add your tape. Doesn't take long. Yeah, add it towards the bottom of the score line, not the top like I just did on one of them. And these are all going to hold your pages into place. And just spin it round. And we've got that one on there. Add your tape down here. Most people have got this bit ready, haven't they? So, but I just wanted to show you how simple it is to create a spine if you want to make an album. And every time I'm going in there, I'm pushing that tape down. And we'll give it a good rub in a minute. Just on the last piece now. There we go, there's our spine completely finished. So just give it all a rub, get the air out the tape. Perfect. So now we can take off the back piece. Just make sure it's got no air bubbles in. And then we're going to line this up in the centre, right on, roughly going, I'm going to add that, it's 2 inches, so I'm going to add that right on the 1 inch line. And that is the same width as your inside designer series paper. So give that a good rubbing down again. I should have added a little bit of glue at the same time, but I don't need to. It's in, it's perfect, and I didn't need to wiggle it about. So there we have it. So there's the spine done in our book. Right, and like I'm saying, you've got 6 pages. You're going to need 6 of these cardstocks. And these measure 3 3/4 by 8. Going back in with your score. Simply scored. So simple. I've done the others. Score at 3 3/4 and 7 1/2. That's it. That job's a good one. And again, just miter these little ends off. Oops. And just finish, fold and burnish your score line, making sure those two line up. Again, more tape. Right along the score line this time. You can always add wet glue, but you've got to wait for it then to go off. So, perfect. These pages will come together so quickly. And then just take off and fold that over. And they create the pages in your book. So when we come to add our pages in, we mited those ends so you've got time to push that all the way down to the bottom before we take our tape off, and then we're going to have a thumbnail in there as well. So add your designer series paper first. I'm using the crocodiles on one side, and then I'm going to flip it and have the plain on the other side, so it's got its contrasts. But all the ones with pattern on are going on the front. But if you didn't add embellishments here on these pages, oh, the glue has got stuck. Just once, there we go, that's better. That's better. When you this, and the designer series paper is 3.5 by 3.5, and you're going to want 12 pieces, or as many pages as you've got in your album. My gorgeous grandkids are coming down soon, so Frankie will have one and Lola will have the other one. Obviously she'll choose Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. So there's your pages. Oh, I haven't finished yet. I'm going to leave that out just for a second. I've already cut a tag, and I've got a spare piece of green card here. And I've got that beautiful tag push punch. Just going to pop one of them out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that over the top. That's why I needed the glue. And you'll need 6 of each, 6 in card and 6 in DSP. You don't have to add the DSP, but I think it looks cute. And then these are going to be my inserts, and these are, because they're going to get glued down so far on those pages, these need to be 3.5 by 3, and then we're going to put one of these on there as well. We're just going to add that in the centre, or roughly the centre, and that's going to go in there as our thingy. But first we're just going to get our 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch circle punch. Just push it in, keep it roughly in the middle, whoops, and then squeeze. Oh, because it's going through 2 lots of card and DSP, that's why it can be a little bit stiff. And then your journaling card will fit in there, or your photo mat, but we'll add those later. So let's just pop our glue away for a minute. And then we can, I've done all the others, and I've also die cut some of my little animals out. So we've got, I mean, I'm just using scrap. I've got pink card in there, doesn't really make any odds. Got darker green in there, which complements. I've got on this on yellow card with the back of this. We've got the hippos on blue. Doesn't matter what colour your thingy is underneath. because they're only, I mean, like I say, I've used scrap, so I got purple, and it looks really nice all together as well. And then I got green and a darker green up there. So just deciding which page you want first. Now look at it, my little friend the sloth, and then the hippos, and then we've got all the animals with the sloths on. We've got some alligators, and then we could have one way and one the other. I'll have the birds, I think, that way. And then, yeah, I'm going to have the birds and then just the leaves on my alligators. They're going that way. So we could add some embellishments to those. So what you want to do now, I'm going to start from the back. So I'm going to use these ones first. So you need to remove your tape from both sides. And then what you're going to do is let your card fall out. Just squeeze that gently, just to get it over the arc. And then slide that all the way down. And then give it a rub. Give that a rub. Perfect. And then we can fit our little journaling card back in there then. It looks flat, but trust me, when it's up together it does stick out. So again, remove the tape, making sure you don't stick it against that one. Take out your journaling card, give that a little squeeze so it opens up at the bottom. And then once you've got it over the top, push that all the way down. Again, give it a rub, because this tape is brilliant, trust me. And then you can add your little journaling card back in. Isn't that cute? And then our last one on this side, and we'll start on the other. So simple. Love this tape, it's brilliant. So I'm taking out my card. I'm going to come in, give it a little squeeze. And then push that all the way down, and all being well, yes, perfect. That's going to line up there beautifully. Perfect. And then put his little journaling card back in. Isn't that cute? Now we can start on this side. That lady had used Anaimal outings on hers as well, but in totally different ways than I had. She left most of her card showing, and she put strips down the side with a character next door. Again, push that all the way in, and then give it a rub. And then pop that beautiful card back in. There's two more to go. Oh my gosh, how quick this come together. And it took me about half an hour to cut all those to size, fold them over quickly, add tape, add the DSP. Did not take long at all. Take out that card. And I'm just going to make sure I push it all the way down to the bottom, and then I'm going to just squeeze. That's all it needs, because the tape is so sticky. It's marvellous. And they're all lying flat. They're all pretty level as well. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And last but not least, oh my gosh, my little sloth friend. I'm keeping my finger behind so I don't stick it onto anything. And then I'm just holding it up. Give that a little squeeze. That's why we miter the ends. And just push. You can know when it's all the way down. You can't go any further. And then just push those all the way in. The only thing that's going to fall out of this is these journaling cards. But there is your 6-page little album. Isn't that cute? The other lady had got those tucked in even further and she'd put like a catch on hers. But I like that with those poking out. Love it. Right, for the inside page, I've already done it. I've gone with this piece of paper. This was 3 by 3.5, and I added my DSP, and then I just came in an inch and up about 1.25 inches, and then just sliced that off, and that now will sit in there. And I've got a little tuck spot for that, so that is going to tuck into there. And all I did with this was used glue. You can use tape if you want to, but a very thin line of glue just down these edges, and then along the bottom. And that'll be drying whilst you do the other one in the back, and then you'll be able to pop your card in, and it just sits along that designer series paper. Just give that a rub and give that a few seconds to go off, and then you'll have your little tuck spot there. And there's another one here for the back, and this is 2 by 3.5, and the designer series paper is 1 3/4 by 3.25, and I'm going to pop that right there in the back of there. And again, I'm using glue just down 3 sides. You could use very thin tape. Like I say, you can add a tuck spot on each one of these, but I'm going to put them in the bin. I'm just going to place that in the centre. Give that a rub. Oh, and that little card was cut to 3 by 3, and another little tag on the top. Just give that a couple more minutes. That will go off eventually. It's because I'm tucking stuff in there already. And then we've got our tuck spot at the back, and this piece is 3.25 by 3. I think it might be a bit too wide actually. I'm just going to trim a tiny bit off that. I'm going to leave that as 3 by 3 as well. So I'm just going to take a little slither off either end to make sure that is 3 by 3, and that's perfect now. And what I did with some of these, I'll put my glue away for a minute. And what I just did with these, I just grabbed a journaling pen, drew some lines and crosses. I mean, you could add proper photo corners if you've got them sticky adhesive ones, and put one in each corner. But you can go along and do all that whenever you want. You could add DSP on the inside of each one of these if you wanted to, or you can just leave them plain and do some writing. It's entirely up to you. You can do whatever you want with these now. I think they're so cute. But look at that little tuck spot on the back. Perfect. And the one on the front, I've popped that one to that side, so you can even turn it over and put it down this side now. That's glued in there beautifully. But add any dimensionals that you want. And we've got all these little cutouts. You don't have to use them all. I've got my little rhino. Oh, it's just so cute. And I'm going to add all 3 of those characters on there. I finally bought the dies to this set. I never used to have them because I thought, oh, it's going to be easy enough to die cut everything out, fussy cut everything out. And then when you see the dies, there's so many extras in there. It's just the cutest. So I'm going to dress up. This is so cute because this now, I fussy cut this one out by hand. There is a die in there. I'm just going to add that right across there because it die cuts the giraffe, but it leaves the leaf and that behind. Oh, look at me dropping everything. So I fussy cut the frog out from another one, and then I can just add that back up there. Isn't that cute? Oh my god. I'm going to get him up there. He's a bit too big. We'll have him on the back. Oh, bless. I mean, you could add some extra layers on here and tie some ribbon around this. It's entirely up to you. Do you know what really gets me? They've all got their eyes closed. And I don't know why. I'm just going to open it up. Perfect. So cute. I've got a couple of those little chameleons. And they've all got a mozzie on the backs. So I'm going to add him up there. I get another one. I'm going to add the giraffe again to my right along there because it's got the lines in. Just going to glue that on. Perfect. Perfect. And then you can go down the spine of the book. My daughter's obsessed with photos. See, her and the kids got photos everywhere. I'm not really I don't even play with my camera. Any time I play with my camera is to take a photo so I can add it onto Facebook for the group, but oh, I do apologise about that. My battery just died an awful death. So I've just attached this one, and I'm going to grab the little green one now. I put a purple one on the back, so I'm going to have a green one on this one. And just have that up there as well. It's just so cute. Maybe have one of these. Oh, I've got my sloth. Oh my gosh, have I got space for him? Yeah, I have. Oh my gosh, I forgot how I fussy cut him out. In fact, let's have a look inside. I'm going to add him on there. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? I love him. He's so cute. And you can add something on the back of each of these as well if you wanted. And you can carry on fussy cutting. I'm going to add these just about only on every other one because I haven't got many left now. So I think he'd look nice in there. I'm just going to stick him in there. But I mean, you've got like each one of them is old 2, and you could have pictures on there. So that's 4. So you've got 6 4s of 24, 25, 26. 20, yeah, you've got space for 28 photos. So let's add our beautiful kangaroo. Just from scraps. How amazing is that? I've got a little chameleon here. Maybe you can go on one book. Just stick him in there. I'll have this one as well in here. So I've just used up the pieces. I'll pop him down in the bottom corner. And my last giraffe will go on the very back here. Not done too bad. I cut enough out to decorate most of the pages. But you can have so much fun. Add lace, add buttons, add embellishments. It's entirely up to you. Again, she's got her eyes closed. So I'm just going to open it up. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to make his eye pop a little bit more as well. So cute. Oh, she looks so pretty now. I don't know why they've all got their eyes closed. Just give a little flick on the side. Looks so absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it to his eye. But there you go. There's that really cute 4x4 album. It's ever so easy to make. I will look how cute that is. I'm going to leave that there for you a minute. So cardboard pieces, 2 at 4x4, 1 at 2x4. The paper to cover, you need 1 at 6x12 and 1 at 3 3/4 by 9 3/4. And for the spine, you're going to need, they're all 3 3/4. So 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, 1 1/2, 1 1/4. Like I say, all 3 3/4. Your pages, you're going to need 6 at 8 by 3 3/4 and score at 3 3/4 and 7 1/2. And the DSP, you'll need 12 pieces at 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. The inserts, they need to be 3 1/2 by 3 1/4. The first page tuck spot is 3 1/2 by 3 and then just cut at an angle. And the DSP is 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. And the back page tuck spot is 3 1/2. I put 3 5/8 for some reason, by 2. And then you're going to need the DSP at 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. So there you go. There's the measurements as well. And I hope you enjoy and give it a go. So there's the measurements. There's my Anaimal Outings little mini album. So cute. Like I say, add tuck spots. You could even get more journaling cards or even more photo mats on there. So there's that one. This is the one I did at my Mickey Mouse papers. And I think they're just cute as a button. I wished I'd swapped the DSP round now though, and had them facing that way. Or maybe even kept one side open and had my tucks coming out the top. It doesn't matter. There we go. Just made from an old pack of DSP. In fact, the back of a pack of DSP. And then your scraps from your scraps bin. So there we have it. 2 beautiful albums. There's the measurements as well. So I hope you enjoy and I hope you give it a go. I'd love a thumbs up and a share. That would be amazing. Let's get that in the middle and one of these either side. Yeah, so, and if you want to go and cut all your cardstock, come back and you can do it together as best we can. You can even pause me while you do the other pages. Or keep me on repeat. Repeat and rewind, repeat and rewind. But yeah, go on, have a go. They're so cute. And with Easter coming up, I know kids not always wanting albums, but you could fill the pictures with Easter treats where they've been, like, take them out for the day and fill the book then with all the pictures of the best day they've had with their nanny and pampy or something. So, but there you have it. Love it. Please don't forget to press the subscribe button in the bottom corner. That would be amazing and you would make my day. And if you want to see what I make tomorrow, please press the little bell. That way you'll be notified of all the future videos. And I do my best to post every single day. So, till next time, love you all. Bye and happy crafting.